Hello and welcome to the Jack Morgan Show, and today I have a special guest with me, the LaSalle men's basketball head coach, Ashley Howard. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
No problem. Let's get right into it. And our first question is, what led you to deciding to take the job as a LaSalle head coach?
Well, I started my coaching career at LaSalle as an assistant back in 2004 for Dr. John Giannini. I was the youngest assistant coach in college basketball at the time, and it was a place that I developed a really good love for during my time as an assistant. So to have the opportunity to go back where my coaching career started was an opportunity that was just too good to pass up for me.
I bet it was. And what lesson? And you did coach alongside Jay Wright for a long time, and from that experience, what lessons have you learned from that? What did Jay Wright really teach you that has stuck with you to this day?
The thing that people don't know about Coach Wright is that he's more than just a basketball coach. He's a great man. He's a great leader. He teaches everyone in the Villanova program how to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And those are the things that I learned from Coach Wright more than anything. And it's something that I'm trying to implement in our program here at LaSalle. And I think that's what breeds winning, when people understand that they're a part of something bigger than themselves and they're not just consumed with what they're getting out of a certain situation. It becomes contagious, and that's the mindset that we're trying to create at LaSalle.
That's great. And I know you do have a lot of success with recruiting, so I won't ask you how you do it because I don't want to give away those secrets to any other recruiters. But what do you look to sell or entice people when you how do you sell the idea of going to LaSalle and playing basketball there, since it doesn't get a lot of national television games? How do you do it?
So what I'm selling is myself. And I'm selling the opportunity to build something and do something that's never been done before, right? Loyola Chicago went to the Final Four 3 years ago. No one ever heard of Loyola Chicago prior to that Final Four appearance. Damian Lillard went to Weber State. Kawhi Leonard went to San Diego State. C.J. McCollum went to Lehigh. Steph Curry went to Davidson. Paul George went to Fresno State. So most of the top players in the NBA today, they all went to mid-major schools. So you can recruit NBA caliber players to go to mid-major schools. You look at a school like Gonzaga, right? They're not in the Power 5 conference. So I liken LaSalle to a Gonzaga of the East Coast. That's what we want to try to create. And based on my experience as an assistant coach, winning championships, developing NBA players, I don't think that there's any reason why we can't turn LaSalle into one of the most premier programs in college basketball.
If there's anyone that can do it, without a doubt, it would be you. And the final question here is, when I was looking through, I heard that Jalen Brunson had a comment that he made about you, that you helped him grow as a player and a person, and that your ability to teach players basketball and encourage them is unique. Did you have a unique relationship with Jalen Brunson, and how do you go about developing a player like Jalen Brunson, Ryan Arcidiacono?
Well, Jalen Brunson was one of the easiest players I ever had to coach, because he came into college more prepared than the average player. His dad was an NBA player, a coach in the NBA. So Jalen came in with a work ethic. He came in with a high basketball IQ. So Jalen and I's relationship was different, because we would just talk ball. And just as much as he respected my view and my opinion of the game, I respected his. And we had that mutual respect for each other that made the player-coach relationship a little different. And Jalen was a great leader. So the one thing that I tried to encourage Jalen to do was to share his mindset, share his work ethic, share his commitment to the game with his teammates. And I think during our time at Villanova, a lot of Jalen's personality rubbed off on some of the other guys, and it helped some of his teammates emerge and become the best version of themselves that they can be. So coaching Jalen was an absolute pleasure, and I wish I had more guys like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah. And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much, Ashley Howard, for
appreciate it,
joining the
Jack.
show,
Thank you.
and have a great day, everybody.